Hi there, my name is Matty, and this is part one of a 7-part series on how to be successful selling digital products on Etsy. If you don't know who I am, or this is your first time coming across my channel, welcome. I'm using this channel to document my own personal journey on Etsy. I've recently just started my 3rd month selling only digital products on Etsy, and I've already surpassed $3,200 in revenue, or just over £2,600. And I'm using this platform as a way to teach others and help others find success in creating their online business. I believe everyone can have success in running an online store on Etsy, and this is exactly why I'm creating this series. The series will start from the very beginning, so setting the foundations and having a strong business mindset when you begin, all the way to managing a successful store. If that does sound of interest to you, please do like this video and subscribe for all those future episodes coming ahead. So before you start an Etsy store, you need to lay some foundations that will help you achieve success. And those are categorized into 2 separate categories, both of which I'll be covering in this video. The first is having a business mindset and setting the foundations for your store. And the secondly is niche hunting, so understanding what you're selling and who exactly you're selling it to. Both of these are equally important, so I really do stress that you watch the full video to grasp the full understanding of this. So the first section I'm going to start with is business mindset, and then we'll move on to niches and niche hunting. So when we talk about a business mindset, we're talking about having positivity in what you're doing and having a growth mindset. You need to understand that having a successful Etsy store requires a lot of time, dedication, and work. It isn't a get-rich-quick scheme, and you need to understand that it's very, very unlikely that you will find overnight success. But over time, as you put more and more work and effort into your store, you will definitely see success. As mentioned in the beginning of the video, I'm currently in my 3rd month on my personal Etsy store, and I'm still super active in what I'm doing. Sure, you could argue that my current listings, which are active, are passively making me income, but I still have to update my store, create new listings, respond to any customer messages or inquiries, and deal with any issues that may arise. So although I am passively earning money at the moment, there is still a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes, and this is something you need to be aware of when starting your Etsy store. Having this growth mindset is also very important when trying to overcome obstacles and challenges. So it's very likely that you will come across potential obstacles and even failures when setting up your business. And this can range from being unable to find a niche, from being unable to make your first sale. But it's super important to have a positive mindset when looking at these issues and having a growth mindset. What that means is viewing these failures as opportunities to learn and motivate yourself to do better. A positive thing to remember when selling digital products on Etsy is that you are selling digital content, which means that there's a little to no risk in comparison to selling physical products. You don't need to pay to house any inventory. You don't need to pay to make any of the products. And so there is very little risk when actually running a digital store. If of course you are interested in setting up your own Etsy store, in the description below, I do have a link where you can set your first 40 listings on Etsy for free. So if that is of interest to you, feel free to check it out. The second part, which links into what I've just discussed, is setting clear goals. So it's very important to strive to something, and this includes writing down both long-term goals and short-term goals. By short-term goals, I mean you could have, for example, achieving 5 sales within your first month or within your first week, or you could make them even shorter. So it could even be just getting your first sale, getting your first 5-star review. Looking at your business model by having lots of little steps rather than one big one will make it a lot easier in actually managing your store as a whole, and will motivate you to keep going. I will admit I have been doing this, and I do continue to do this to this day. It makes me feel motivated and work harder in creating the listings that I've got. As I've said, there is a lot of hard work I put into this, and there have been days where I've thought, is it really worth it? But it does help me to keep going by having those small little goals that I aim to reach. And I do think having these clear goals is the foundation to finding success on Etsy. If you go into it having one goal and one goal only, and that goal is being rich, I don't think you will find success. But if you have small achievable goals, such as getting your first sale, hitting 5 sales, hitting 10 sales, and viewing it as a long-term journey rather than a get-rich-quick scheme, I do genuinely believe that you can be successful. So section 2 is all about niches and niche hunting. So what is a niche? A niche is essentially a space in the market where certain products and services are in demand. To find the perfect niche on Etsy, you're looking to find products which people are looking to buy, and there is little to no competition. It's great if you can find a niche that you're genuinely interested or passionate about, because it means you can turn a hobby or an interest into a future business and potentially your career. But it's super important to remember that if your niche is too saturated with far too much competition, you're far less likely to sell. So the way you can overcome this is with market research and competitive analysis. analysis. It's the best way to find out what exactly it is you should be selling. So there are tools like Google Trends, social media, and even Etsy itself that you can use to see what's actually trending and in demand. And you can even use paid tools like Sales Samurai and eRank to help you even further. I've already created an extensive video on how you can actually do market research for free. So if that is of interest to you, I'll post that link in the description below. I would fully recommend checking it out because it's a great place to start if you're struggling to find the niche, and it allows you to actually do some market research in the niche you're potentially going to be selling in, and you can do it for free directly on Etsy. Within your market research, you also need to analyze what people are already doing within your niche. And this includes not only what they're currently doing, but what you can improve on from what they're creating. So the idea is, can you bring anything new and unique or even better into that niche? Because if you can, and there's the demand for that, you'll definitely find success in selling there. An easy way to come about is by satisfying a demand or a problem with your products. So what I mean by that, it's easier to find success from a business point of view in making something that people actually need rather than what people actually want. That isn't to say that you shouldn't make products that people might like, but what I am saying, it's easier to sell a product that people actually need, or to make a product that people might want and advertise it as something that they need. A good example of this is pet portraits. So you might see on Etsy there are different variations of watercolor paintings or pastel styled artwork that people will make for pets. And although it's cute and it's great, it's not something that people necessarily need, but more something that they might want. But if it's a niche that you're interested in creating in, what you can actually do is gear the listings and the product photos and the description to describe the product as something that people need. So for example, it can be the perfect gift for your friend or partner, rather than it just being something that's cute. Another example could be planners. So rather than advertising a planner as being cute or pretty or nice, you can advertise it as being something that someone needs. So the idea is that it'll help them be more productive and efficient in whatever niche you're looking to sell this into. So for example, if you were selling a wedding planner, you can advertise the planner as being something that will help them find success in setting up the wedding. It'll help them to be more efficient in actually getting everything organized and ready to go. And as a result, it might even help them feel more calm and confident about the actual day. So by doing this, you're advertising in a way that people are convinced that it's something they actually need. And by doing so, you are satisfying a problem that person may have. And then by doing so, you have a demand. Adding to this is long-term viability. And what I mean by that is you need to ask yourself if the niche that you're looking to sell into actually has a lot of products that you can actually make and sell. Or is there only a couple of products that you'd be able to make? And the reason for that is within the digital product space, you need to have a lot of products, variations and designs and types, because the more products you have, the more chance of success. So those are all the tips I have for you today in setting the foundations of your Etsy store. As I said in the video, it's important to have these thoughts and mindsets when you're looking to start creating your Etsy store. It's important to have short-term achievable goals rather than long-term unattainable ones. And it's also important to get into a niche that you understand and find a niche that you can actually create a lot of products for. If you think you already have this mindset and practices in place and you're looking to get a head start on your Etsy shop, within the description below, I have a link that you can use where you can set up a store with 40 free listings. So if that is of interest to you, feel free to have a look at the link in the description. In the next episode, we'll be focusing on product creation. So I'll be showing you exactly what I do to create my products using dummy templates. I'll show you the ideas and where I get my product design ideas from. And I'll show you how you can be inspired from what's already out there and improve on it. If you do have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below, and I'll be sure to answer them as soon as I can. With that being said, thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.